You want to push it?
Yeah.
Well, we already pushed it. It's done. It's over. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
You know what we're doing right now, Will?
Yeah.
What are we doing? I don't know. All right. Well, we are back for the Week 2 preview of the Not Shamrock Fantasy Football League. This is my co-host, Will. Say hi, Will.
Hi.
Yeah. Say, Daddy's team's the best.
Daddy's team's the best.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Who's your favorite player?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Who else? Who does Josh Allen throw the ball to?
Dawson Knox.
And who else?
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, but Dawson Knox is your favorite?
Yeah.
Cool. He needs to have a better game this week. He only had one catch last week. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
You can believe that?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Well, this week's episode is brought to you by absolutely nobody. There's no sponsors for this. So let's get into the preview. You want to stick around for the preview, or you want to go play? You want to stick around? Okay. So before we get into previewing Week 2, I just wanted to touch base a little bit on Week 1. First of all, JJ, great job on the recap. I thought you did an awesome job. Hopefully that's your last recap of the season. Although I would like it if this week you had to do the recap because I'm playing you. Yeah, so great job on the recap. One of the things that JJ didn't touch on that I like to touch on is kind of like what ifs. Everybody knows that I like my what ifs when it comes to fantasy football. If only this happened, then this would have happened. So a couple of things from Week 1 that caught my eye, like bench players that could have swung the games. I saw 2 in particular. One was in the Justin Larry game. Now, I don't blame Larry for this because I would have done the same thing, but had he started Michael Carter over Etienne, and this is even with Devontae Smith and Cole Kmet scoring 0. If he had started Michael Carter, he would have won that matchup. Now, I don't think there's anybody that was going to start Michael Carter over Travis Etienne, so I can't really fault you at all on that one. What is going on over there? Can you go check on your sister?
Yeah. Make
sure she's good. It's parenting. And let's see, the other one I saw was the Marissa Robb matchup. And again, I don't... What? She's good? Okay. See? Delegate. That's how you parent. Oh, you want to come be on video too? No? Okay. The thing that stuck out to me was had she started Jarvis Landry, she would have won that game. But again, I can't even fault you for that. And I do fault you for starting Cam Akers, even after I told you not to start Cam Akers in the game. And then you went full Ruxin and tinkered and put him back in your lineup. However, had you taken Cam Akers out, I would have, me personally, I would have put in Robert Woods. And had you put in Robert Woods, you still would have lost. So, again, I can't really fault you. Those are the only 2 decisions I saw that could have swung games. But, again, both times I can't fault either Larry or Marissa for making those decisions. I would have made the same exact ones. All right, on to Week 2. We've got me and JJ in the matchup. Again, JJ was last week's low scorer. I'm hoping he is this week's low scorer again. I don't foresee that. The way the fantasy gods work is he scored 84 points last week, so this week he's going to score 184. So I'm expecting Henry to run wild on both the Bills and my fantasy team. Debo's due for a really good game. A.J. Brown, if he just does what he did last week. Still starting Jacoby Myers. It's a bold move, Cotton. So we'll see what happens. I'm a little worried about DeAndre Swift. And, well, stop it. And I got children crawling up tables that are trying to join in on the fun. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Dada?
Yeah, that's Ainsley. You're Ainsley, not Eliza.
Dada?
Oh, good talk. All right, so back to the recap. So DeAndre Swift's injury is concerning me a little bit, and hopefully McLaurin and Hollywood Brown can get more into the game plan. No, you can't crawl up there, silly goose. All right, so we will see what happens with that. Let's go on to Justin and Marcel. Speaking of Justin and Marcel, just pulled off his second trade rape of a brother this week. He in our dynasty league, he trade raped Larry this past weekend, and in our league, he just trade raped Kyle, DK Metcalf for T Higgins. I'm not sure where Kyle was going with that, but that's on you, bud. So we shall see there. Yeah, Marcel and Keo. Right now, I think Marcel has the highest projection in the league. It's either him or Tom Jessup. Let's see, where's Tom? Yeah, right now it's him, and that's without T. Higgins in the lineup, so we'll see what happens. Keo lost. Who did he lose? He lost Dak this week, but he's got Stafford filling in, so we'll see what happens there. We got Tommy. Well, stop. We got Tommy and Ken. Ken, despite being the highest scoring team. Hey, you, don't copy your brother. Ken, despite being the highest scoring team in the league last week, has like the second lowest projection in the league this week. So maybe Ken knows something the rest of us don't. And you need to get down. And you need to get down.
No.
Yeah.
Why do I need to get down?
Because I don't want the babies climbing up on the table. Can you play with your sister for a little bit? All right. Well, that plan worked out well. Put that tongue away. Nobody wants to see that tongue. So we'll see what happens there. Tommy's got one of the higher projections in the league. Everybody's still in that 120, mid 120 range. Some give or take, 5 to 10 points. Like for example, well, stop. Right now I'm projected 125. JJ's 122. Keo's 129. Marcel's 131. Tommy's 128. Ken's 117. So everybody's kind of in that range, just like they were last week. So we'll see how they all shake out. We haven't had too many injuries. I don't want to jinx it, but we haven't had too many injuries yet where anybody's been really decimated. On to Larry and Rob. Rob's projected for 125. If he gets a game out of Mahomes like he did last week, that would be very good for him. Larry's got Joe Burrow starting. He's only got a 112 projection, but looking at his lineup, Burrow should break out after last week. I mean, even despite having 5 turnovers, he still had 300-something yards, and he's not going to face a defense like the Steelers every week. Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, Gabe Davis, all should break out. And you have to imagine Devontae Smith and Cole Kmet aren't going to keep throwing up zeros. So there's potential there. Let's move on to Marissa and Courtney. Marissa, big game tonight because she got Justin Herbert going, and in contrast to Rob, big game tonight because he's got Mahomes going. But Courtney and Marissa's at a 114 projection. Courtney's at a 112 projection, so both on the lower end, but going against each other. Let's see. Marissa's got questions because she's got Najee banged up right now. He says he's going to play. We'll see what actually happens. J.K. Dobbins said he was going to play too, and we saw how that went. Let's see. Ooh, Courtney's got a conundrum this weekend. He needs Christian McCaffrey to go off, but he's playing against the Giants. What do you do? So we'll see what happens there. And then finally, Kyle and Tom Jessup. Kyle's projection is only 109 right now, but that's because he doesn't have DK in the lineup. Let's see what DK is projected for. DK has a projection of 12, so that would bring Kyle up to 121. So you're looking at 121 to 130 right there. Tom Jessup, when we get to the final standings projections, will you stop it? He jumped up to number 1. We'll see that in a minute. Despite not getting anything out of Aaron Rodgers last week, he got monster games out of Saquon. James Conner had a nice game. Devontae Adams had a beast game. Michael Thomas had a beast game. So he's got obviously a lot of potential there. Kyle, let's see. Aaron Jones, you'd think should have due for a bounce back. Obviously, Josh Allen's a stud, and Chase was a stud last week. Who else has he got? Goddard should have a nice bounce back, and we'll see. On to the final standings projections. A lot of movement in the projections this week. This is not the standings as they are. This is what ESPN projects us to have. It doesn't have me in first, so they're stupid, but I will go over them anyway. Rob last week was at 1, and he dropped to 2. Kyle went from 2 to 5. Justin and Aaron went from 3 to 8. Courtney, with the biggest drop of the week, he went from 4 to 12. JJ went from 5 to 6. Marissa went from 6 to 10. Ken, despite being the highest scorer of the week, went from 7 to 9. I don't know how that works. I guess the defense and Young Hoo Koo can't do it every week. Tommy McGrath went from 8 up to 4. The biggest jump of the week is Tom Jessup going from 9 to 1. And let's see, Larry went from 10 to 11. I went from 11 to 7. And then Marcel with a big jump as well. Actually, he had the biggest jump in the amount of spots. He went from 12 to 3. So that's where our final projections are at right now. As far as the standings, I know JJ recapped them already, but I'll just touch on them real quick. Obviously, the standings go in points. So obviously, whoever won and scored the most points last week is in first. So right now, the standings go for the 1-0 teams: Ken, me, Tom Jessup, Tommy McGrath, Justin, and Rob. And then the next place teams, the 0-1 teams, go in order of points scored, which goes Kyle, Courtney, Larry, Marissa, Marcel, and JJ. Big game tonight. We have Amazon Prime now has the Thursday night games. What's so funny? What's so funny? Are you looking forward to the game tonight?
Yeah.
Who's playing?
I think Josh Allen.
You think Josh Allen? He should play every primetime game, right? I think so too. But tonight is probably the second and third best quarterbacks in the AFC. You know, the first best is obviously Josh Allen. So you got Chiefs and Chargers, big game tonight, big game for the AFC, big game for the AFC West. The Thursday night game, the Thursday night schedule is pretty awesome.
Tuesday.
Thursday night schedule is pretty good this year because Amazon Prime paid a lot of money for the Thursday night package. So you got Al Michaels calling the games. You got marquee matchups. So Chiefs Chargers, looking forward to that one. Real quick preview of our team's upcoming games this week. Panthers Giants. I legitimately think the Giants have a better than average chance to go 2-0. Get all you idiots talking Super Bowl and stuff like that. So when we all go to the Giants-Cowboys game next week, they could be looking at 3-0 against the Cowboys. That would be quite an atmosphere. The Panthers don't do anything for me. I think the Giants, that's definitely a winnable game, especially at home. Let's see, who else are you guys playing? Bengals, Cowboys. With no Dak, I can't see the Cowboys winning that game. Maybe they surprise me, but sorry, Tommy. I think the Cowboys will be going down pretty handily in that game. Patriots, Steelers. Sorry, JJ, but you saw what the Steelers defense just did to Joe Burrow. What do you think they're going to do to poor Mac Jones with his back injury? Jets, Browns. There's no reason the Jets can't win that game. It's in Cleveland, but still, you're facing Jacoby Brissett. Your defense did a nice job against Lamar Jackson. There's no reason for you to not beat them. Flacco's just got to not be terrible. And also the offensive game plan's got to not call for 59 passes against, the defense. So we'll see there. Dolphins, Ravens. Ravens should win that game. Sorry, Marissa. But, we'll see what happens. The Dolphins never seem to play the Ravens well. So I would assume Ravens at home should win that game. And then hopefully next week when we play the Dolphins, we'll be 2-0 facing the 1-1 Dolphins. And then finally is just my game on Monday night. You got Bills-Titans. Titans have beat us the last 2 times we played. They beat us on Monday night last year and then beat us on a Tuesday night football game during the COVID season. And, they've had our number lately, so it's not going to be a cakewalk. But I think that our team is properly motivated and we should be okay there. Where did you come from? So that's your week 2 preview. I hope everybody's ready for some football. And I'll be watching tonight's game from the car, so hopefully nothing's happening in the town of Poughkeepsie.
Can I play a game?
Really?
Guitar game.
You want to play the guitar game?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a week 2 preview, and all you can think about is playing a guitar game?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go because Will's gotta play a guitar game. Bill Kiss will say, bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Say go Bills.
Go Bills.